All right, Joe, your question was there's a hole on the bottom of the tach drive. And I'm asking you to be more specific because tach drive, like, are you referring to the speedometer tach, like the speedometer? And if you are, you can see here I just capped off the speedometer. So if there's a hole in the bottom of the tach drive, I don't think you're talking about the dust cover for here, the peephole cover for here. That's just a bolt and a peephole. There's no other hole, thermostat, whole bottom tach drive. Like, you got me, dude. I'll have to look it up in the, I'm guessing you're talking what position to put in the gear, and it doesn't, you just put it in. There's no position to put it in. But I'll double check the owner's manual for you. So if you're asking where to set it, it's just plug and play. It goes in, taps in, and there is no left to right timing on it, so to speak, if that's what you're talking about. And if you're talking about tachometer as in the alternator, there is on Amazon, there's a autometer, Amazon autometer, I think it's called, that a magnet goes on top of here and runs a tachometer in the cab of the tractor. That's pretty slick, and it's super easy. So when you say, that's why I asked to be more specific. I believe you're asking if this needs adjusted a certain way going in, and the answer is no, it doesn't. Hole at the bottom, you're talking about this. There is no setting, like left to right setting on it. It just goes in, make sure your gear is synced into the other gear, and it will run your tachometer, speedo, and all that goodness. I hope that answers your question. And then, Joe, I realized what you're talking about. On the bottom of the tach drive, yes, there is a hole, but it's more like a keyway to hold the gear onto the line than it is any kind of to line up the gear. You don't have to put the gear in any specific direction. Just make sure you don't, when you're putting in the tach gear, make sure you don't snap that plastic, is brittle. Like, careful with that. You got this, no big deal. And the other thing I was saying about, there is a tach drive that goes on top of the alternator. I looked them up. You can get them on Amazon. They're not that expensive. And it'll actually give you a running tach of the motor of revolutions per minute, because it somehow uses the inside the alternator to know how many revolutions the motor's going. So that's an old school way. I hope it helps you out. Hey man, go build something, share it.